to become a teenage mom, I want you to stand up. If you've ever dealt with depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, doubt, and even right now, you probably still don't have the belief that you need to make it. I need you right now in your home, Audrey. I see you, Miss McCoy. Demolia, I want you to stand up with that red shirt. I want y'all to stand up right now. Stand up. Because, see, let me tell you what I've learned. You got to have some dignity. You got to have some pride. See, 80% of success is psychology. It's spiritual. See, when you get to a place that you believe that you deserve better, guess what's going to happen for you? You're going to start to have better. Yeah, it's not about your upline. It's not about your upbringing. It's not about your husband or your wife. It's about you. It's about you. And I believe that I have over 160,000 of the most powerful women in network marketing right now watching me. Before I get into my talk today, I got to say thank you so much. Thank you so much to Marina Worry. I need you guys to understand, it was in 2019 that I came to the most powerful woman in network marketing. And I remember, like it was yesterday, sitting in the audience at the front row. I was one of the women on the panel. And I was on the panel. I remember sitting in the audience at the same time, saying to myself, why isn't anybody from my team here? Why am I by myself? People clapped for me. People was applauding for me. But I tried to figure out why was I there by myself. And I realized, ladies and gentlemen, in 2019, at the most powerful women in network marketing, that I had self-sabotaged myself, that I had put myself in a place that I wasn't proud of. And I want to tell you all today, that was the event in 2019 that I made a decision, that I had to change myself. See, there are some things that you're going to have to work on with yourself. It's not about anybody else. It's about you. And so I have 30 minutes to share with you the psychology behind my success. And I want you to do me a favor, please, because this is not a game today. I do not take my responsibility lightly. See, guys, you got to know, I grew up with parents that sold drugs. So all I saw was my mom and my dad sell drugs. And because of it, we know what happens. My mom ended up in prison. My mom probably spent half of her life in prison. And I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but that's my story. And because of it, I found myself in foster care. There were several times I woke up to men touching on me. I woke up to men trying to figure out how to get in my pants. And I can tell you I had to fight. From a young girl, all my life I had to fight. If you are a fighter right now watching me, I want you to stand to your feet right now. There is no need to sit down. You've been sitting down for far too long. Your children need to see you standing up right now. See, that's the problem. You're too comfortable. You're too comfortable. But for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to share with you a story. I'm going to share with you the psychology behind my success. How I, too, come from food stamps. Yeah, I come from food stamps. How I come from Section 8. Yeah, I used to be on Section 8. Yeah. I hear, and my mom was someone that tried to survive off of $622 a month worth of Social Security. See, I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to be depressed. I know what it feels like to feel as if you have no worth and you're not even necessary. And so today I have the privilege and the honor to talk about financial freedom. And can I tell you what's so powerful about that? How can a girl with a 9th grade education, how can a woman with a 9th grade education who dropped out of school in the 9th grade, who used to be a stripper, who I remember scheming and scamming, I remember being in foster care waiting for my mom to come home, but yet and still, look who you guys teaching right now on financial freedom at the most powerful women in network marketing event. Y'all better get excited. Y'all better get excited. Y'all better get excited. I want to see some fire on the screen right now. I want everybody right now to drop some fire. See, guys, how you start is not how you have to finish. Look at me, Tina. It's a choice. Yes, I'm talking to you, Miss Bell. It's a choice you got to make. It's not about what anybody else may think about you, Edith. It's about you making a choice. And so I have the privilege today, because I dropped out of school in the 9th grade, so I don't have no fancy stuff to give y'all today. I know that, everybody that came before me had an extensive vocabulary. Their vernacular was through the roof, right? But I stopped at A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Come on, y'all. H, I, J, K. That's how I started, okay? And so I'm going to teach you guys the A, B, C, D, and the E, and the F behind my success. And I want to tell you all right now that if it was not for me getting in alignment with my assignment, I would not be here today. See, each and every one of us, God gave us an assignment. And it is your responsibility, my friends. It is your responsibility. regardless of where you come from, to discover your assignment every single day. Every single day, you need to figure out, what am I supposed to be doing with myself? See, I wanted to use this picture right here because this picture represents the old Stormy. This picture represents the broke Stormy. This picture represents the Stormy who couldn't even afford to buy a weave. And so I had to go get my hair cut. See, this picture represents a broken Stormy. A Stormy that was trying to be and do what everybody wanted me to do. A Stormy who wanted to be accepted by her peers. And I didn't realize that the people that wanted me to be what they wanted me to be, they was afraid of my light. How many of you all today feel as if you have been dimming your light because you're trying to make the people around you comfortable? See, financial freedom is all about you not dimming your light. It's all about you recognizing the gifts that you have on the inside of you. And I want to tell you all today, the way that you discover your gifts is by finding what brings you the most pain. See, I'm a black woman, as you can see, that come from some very humble beginnings. And I remember not thinking that I was going to be good for anything, because when you have a 9th grade education and you go to apply for a job, they want to know what's your references and what's your resume look like. And I didn't have a good reference. I didn't have good resumes, but I had soul. I had heart. See, I am a mother, a single mother of 3 kids. And I was sick and tired of being sick and tired of telling Manaya no. I was sick and tired of telling Hennessy, no, I can't afford it. See, I was sick and tired. I want you to raise your hand right now if you've been that mother that had to tell your kids no when they wanted to go to see a movie and you just couldn't afford it. I want you to raise your hand right now if you can relate to not having enough money to pay your light bill, your water bill, and finding yourself having to make payment arrangements, and you sick and tired of having to do that. I want you to stand to your feet and raise your hand right now if you can remember having to maybe turn your water back on illegally. Yeah, I had to do that. I want you to stand to your feet if you can understand what it feels like to not know what your purpose is. See, guys, when I look at this picture, I was in pain. I was married. Everybody told me to get married, the White House and the picket fence and all of that. I did all of that. But that's not what I wanted to do. And what I can tell you right now is, if you want to find what your assignment is, find what brings you the most pain. Your assignment, my friends, for the life that God has given you. See, you got to understand that God has given you the gift of life. What you do with the gift that he has given you is totally up to you. And so I had to figure out who I wanted to be. And I want to ask you today, and I want to see you drop in the comment section, Kathleen. I want to see you, Yenny. Who are you? Who are you? I'm a doctor, I'm a teacher, I do customer service. No. Who are you really? See, when you can find your pain, pain is an amazing connector. When you find your pain, you begin to find what you can do to make this world a better place. See, when I wake up every day, I say to myself, there is nobody in the world like Stormy Nicole Wellington. There is nobody that can do Stormy like I can do me. But I remember for a long time, that was not my reality. But when I began to discover the true essence inside of my soul, see, many of you all right now are showing up as what the world or your friends has told you to show up as. But again, when you find your assignment, guess what? You become more in alignment. And let me tell you something. I wanted to use this picture because as network marketers, see, we don't have a lot of people that really understand. There's a whole world that don't really understand how serious our profession is. We have the ability to impact generations on top of generations on top of generations. Do you understand the power we have? We have the power to impact unborn children. We have the power to impact hundreds of thousands of people with one level of understanding and commitment to yourself. See, guys, it was this picture right here to the top in 2019 after I left the most powerful woman in network marketing. See, it was at this very event in 2019 that I picked up the phone and I called this young lady right here to the right, Tammy Price. And I said, Tammy, I want to tell you how I apologize. Because I don't know what I did to get us to where we are right now today. Because see, there's a lot of you all right now that's not connected to your assignment. See, when someone signs up with you, when someone joins you in business, they become your assignment. You're called sponsor because you're responsible for them. You got to understand this. You can't afford to get disenchanted. You can't afford to take a hiatus. You can't afford to quit. Because when you sign somebody up, my friends, When you sign somebody up, they are counting on you to be the example. I don't care if you have a downline of 2, or a downline of 202, or a downline of 2 million. It doesn't matter. Each and every one of you got to know when you sign somebody up, they become your assignment. And I can tell you in 2019, at the most powerful woman in network marketing event, I sat there and I realized that I had to do some changes. I had to change some things about myself. I didn't keep blaming my upline because they didn't do what I wanted them to do. I didn't keep blaming the company. I didn't even blame these ladies. See, these were the 2 women that I called from the bathroom, and I said, what do I have to do to make this better? I remember I called Natalie, and Natalie was one of my #1 income earners. She was one of those girls that had no problem with showing up. She would be at the meeting. She would do the conference calls, and I started to look at them on social media. See, I want y'all to know this. Your Instagram pages, pay attention to your team. You can tell what's going on with them by the way they post. Pay attention. Instagram is a great way to communicate. It's a great way to check what's going on with your team. $50,000 a week. About $50,000 a week. Because I was not in alignment. I went on a 2-year hiatus. Because I was mad. How many of y'all have ever been mad with your company? And because you mad, you go sit on a bench? Problem. You mad with your upline, because you mad with your upline, you stop using the products, you stop selling your services, you stop posting because you mad. Big mistake. Big mistake. Because you got to know, in business will go on. It will happen with or without you, especially when a company has a big vision. And can I tell you all right there, I remember Tammy Price was making about $700 a week. Natalie was making about $1,500 a week. But guys, when we got in alignment with our assignment, look at that, 1 year later, I went from $50,000 a week to making over $12.5 million in the year of 2020. I looked at Tammy Price. She went from making $700 a week to over $1.3 million that year in network marketing. And of course, Natalie went from making $250,000 in 4 years, accumulatively, in 4 years, to making over $4.3 million in 1 year. So what's my point, my friends? The B, you gotta believe. It's time for us to stop dreaming so small. Why is your dreams on the shelf? Where is your belief? Where is your belief? When you believe in something, you show up as the belief. When you believe in something, you work for it. When you believe in something, you wake up early in the morning, you go to sleep late at night. When you believe in something, you put forth the work every single day. Guys, when you see this right here on the left, I used to live in these apartments. They call these the blues. They're not painted, but they used to be called the blues. I could never forget living in these apartments. And I used to think that I was doing something because I didn't have no real understanding as to how far I could go. And there's a lot of you all right now that can relate to a lot of what I'm saying to you. And I'm telling you, when you change your mind, you change your money. When you begin to believe, belief will show up in your actions. And so I want to tell you, whatever you believe is right. Whatever you believe is right. If you believe that you're going to fail, I'm sorry to tell you this. You're going to fail. But if you believe that you can succeed, guess what? You're right. You got to believe until you can't believe and get tired. You can't get weary in well-doing. Y'all know where that come from. You got to keep showing up every single day, believing that if Stormy Wellington can go from food stamps, Demetria, if Stormy Wellington can go from depression, if Stormy Wellington can go from suicidal thoughts, there were days I wanted to kill myself. If Stormy Wellington can go from Section 8 and food stamps and being somebody's baby mama to now standing before you with 150,000 eyeballs watching me right now, one of the #1 income earners in the industry of network marketing, from that, why can't you? Why y'all sitting down? I said stand up. That's the problem. You're not being coachable. Stand up. Stand to your feet. Stand up. That's the problem. See, how you do anything is how you do everything. Stand up. I didn't tell you to sit down. I'm your upline for the next 17 minutes. Stand to your feet. That's the problem. We want to be comfortable. See, success at the next level is going to require you getting a little uncomfortable, Cheryl. Yes. And so look at this picture on the right. That's one of my houses, paid off in Miami. I got my G-Wagon. I got my Rolls Royce, Dawn right there, all paid for by the industry of network marketing, the greatest profession in the world. See, they got to put some respect on our name, y'all. We got to start making sure we show up and we create the results so people could believe in this profession. See, when you lose, ladies and gentlemen, when you lose, you give people an excuse and a reason to not believe in this profession. See, I decided to take personal responsibility for my business. I decided to take this industry personal. I want little black girls and little Latinos and little brown girls and boys all around the world to look at me and to say, if she can do it, I can do it too. And I want you to feel the same way. You got to say to yourself that I got to show up because I need little brown girls and boys, little white girls and boys, little Latino girls and boys, little Asian, whatever you come from, Indians. You're supposed to be the demonstration. You got to take it personal. The C, this is a big deal right here. This is a big deal right here. And I want to calm down because I really want y'all to get this. Culture and communication is everything. See, in this industry, we don't come with a psychiatric exam. We have some very crazy people in network marketing. Very crazy. Very bipolar. Very weird. Very crazy. And you got to understand that. Because everybody, we were raised differently. And depending on your culture, Affy, thank you for standing up. Depending on your upbringing, Debbie, it's showing up in your business. You got to know that everybody in your organization has to be treated as an individual. Listen, when you build the people can build anything. When you build the people can build anything. I wanted to use these pictures because I have an amazing team, y'all. I personally enrolled about 7,000 people in my organization. Yes, yes, yes. And I attracted them all. I don't purposely get up and try to recruit anybody. I become. That's what I do. And I want y'all to repeat after me right now. All that I wanted to become, I became. Therefore, I am. Write this down. All that I wanted to become, I became. Therefore, I am. You got to know that you got to become every single day. Show up every single day. Even if it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Every single day, you got to show up because somebody from your community is watching you. Somebody is waiting on you to fail. So they can say, I told you so. Network marketing don't work. I told you that was stupid. I told you it was a scam. You got to make a decision that you're going to, number one, align with yourself. You got to align with your dreams and your goals, my friends. You got to believe in yourself more than you believe in anything else. And then you got to understand the way you were raised. Don't try to conform and be like everybody else. Do not try to be like anybody else. Try to be the very best version of yourself. See, all of us came up in some different, situations. See, I grew up around drugs. I'm a Jamaican. My mom and dad is Jamaican. And I tell a story all the time, like, listen, smoking weed is in my culture. I know many of y'all may think it's crazy, but I grew up with my mom smoking weed around me every day. I'm a real Jamaican. My mom used to blow weed in my face as a child. When my mom was pregnant, she smoked throughout her whole pregnancy. Again, am I making an excuse for you to use drugs? No. I'm telling you that all of us are different. I grew up watching my mom bag up bricks of cocaine. I watched my mom hustle every day. My mom used to leave us to travel, and I used to be like, when is she coming home? I didn't get mad when my mom left to go to work, because that was her work. I would pray for her safe recovery, and I would pray for her safe return. But see, a lot of us don't understand that we have to be embracive of other people's culture, embracive of where other people come from. See, some of y'all may have grew up with parents that, you had a mom and a dad. But what if I told you at 8 years old, when my mom was gone, selling her drugs, I would be with friends, stealing food out the refrigerator because I was hungry. Can you imagine that? At 8 years old, when you was having dinner at the dinner table with your mom and your dad, I was stealing little Debbie cakes out the refrigerator, and I would go in the bathroom to eat it because I was living with someone else. And y'all know how it is when you living with somebody else. Can you imagine at 13 years old, my first time I stepped foot in a strip club, I was 13. The water was off at my home. And I went into a strip club, Patina. because I wanted to see what it was like. And I went to that strip club. And the man walked up to me. He said, if you lift up your skirt right now, I'll give you $600. And I felt so humiliated. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm 13. But I thought for a minute, if I lift my skirt up, I can make enough money to go pay my water bill back home. And at 13 years old, my first time in a strip club, I lift that skirt up. I got them $600. And I paid my mama's water bill. And me and my family had water again. See, y'all don't know what that feels like. Y'all don't know what that feels like. Y'all don't know what it feels like to have a child at 15 years old. You a child trying to figure things out yourself, but yet still at 15 years old. I was a child having a child. Have you stopped to take the time to get to know the people in your organization? To be proud of their fight. To be proud of them trying to make something of themselves instead of judging them. See, guys, you got to know that depends on your culture is going to determine how you show up. It's going to determine how you communicate. And so when I look at Tammy right here, see Tammy Price, instead of judging her, you know what I do? Tammy has no mom. Her mother passed away. Tammy has no dad. She is a motherless and a fatherless child. Can you imagine what that feels like? So I got to love on Tammy a little different. I got to treat Tammy like I'll treat my child. And she's like a daughter to me, even though we make a lot of money together. See, have you taken the time, uplines? Have you taken the time, leaders, to get to know the story of the people in your organization? Or are you judging them? Or are you judging them? I want to encourage you today to take some time to get to know the story, the backstory, the childhood. See, a lot of us, we show up as adults, but we're still in a childhood place of things that we experienced as kids. Take the time to get to know your team. Take them out to dinner. Ask them their story. Ask them to tell you about their childhood. Remember, people want to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. You see that picture in the middle? I have a huge organization, almost 1 million distributors from all over the world. And every single woman in this picture, I have to love and treat them differently. I can't treat them the same. I got to know that they are individuals. And though we are in network marketing, though we are selling products, my friends, you got to know that the number one product in this industry is the people. The people in your organization is the number one product. Stop treating your people like a number. Get to know your people. You see Ana Conteta? She's from Dominican Republic. She's different. I got to love on her differently. I wanted to bring this slide to the front of the stage right here. And I want y'all to pay attention to this. This is the 5 Love Languages. If you've ever read that book, just raise your hand real quick. If you've ever read that book. This is an amazing book. And many of you all have read the book because you want to be better wives. But what if I told you that you should learn how to love your team? Does she like words of affirmations? Does she need you to affirm her? Does she need you to build her up with words and tell her that she's a big old boss and tell her that you believe in her? Does he need you to speak words of affirmation over him and tell him that you believe in him? What do they need you to say to them? Pay attention to what your team needs. Do they need physical touch? See, right there. Ana loves physical touch. She loves when I hug her. She loves when I tell her how beautiful she is. She loves when I call her my princess. And that's probably why she makes over $500,000 a month from the Dominican Republic in the third world country. That's probably why. I know what she needs. What if I told you that some people in your organization need you to give them a gift? They need you to do some type of challenge and to reward them with gifts. What if I told you that you can spend some quality time with one person in your organization? And remember, that one person could be the person, Sasha, that takes you to the next level. But you're busy all around the place doing the wrong things. What if you treated the right people the right way and spent your time wisely, loving on the people that could produce and put the most volume, the most numbers on the board? What if I told you that some of your people need some acts of service? You got to understand the difference in how you treat the people. And then now the D. Oh, the D is that discipline. See, some of y'all have no discipline. No discipline. I believe that physical mastery is key to success. Yes, you got cognitive mastery. Yes, you got emotional mastery. But I believe that when you get that body together, guess what? Everything else will begin to fall into place. The spiritual, the emotional, the relational. And guess what? The money will come easy. The money will be easy once you get yourself together physically. And so every day of my life, unless I'm on a plane, I'm working out. Every day, because I got to master self. Every day at 8 o'clock, I meditate. Why? Because I got to reset and recalibrate for the next day. Do you understand? You got to be disciplined. Edification. Edification. See, some of y'all need to understand that your life, Miss Barbara, I want you to look at me, Miss Barbara Hawkins. Your life is a manifestation of those you choose to honor, Nicole, and those you choose to dishonor. Some of y'all need to understand you are dishonoring the wrong people. You need to know how to edify. And edification, another way to describe edification is know the story of. How many of you all have been talking to people, you don't even know your company's story? That's crazy. How can you be building a business and you don't understand, Trisha, the company's story? You should know, why did the CEO create the company? What was his mission? What is his goals? You got to understand this, because in order to be in real alignment, you got to know, what does the company want to stand for? What is your upline story? Some of you guys have no idea who your upline is, why they are the way they are. But I tell you right now, take the time to learn your upline story. Learn your top leadership story. Can I tell you that 20% of the people do 80% of the work? Do not spend your time with the wrong people. Learn the stories of the ones that put the most numbers on the board. Understand that your story, your personal story, is important. That's why you got to create a story. You got to have a transformation. You got to have a testimony. You got to do something to make people worthy and make yourself worthy of people wanting to hear your story. See, some of y'all have the victim story. You always complaining. You just a victim. Everything is, me, my mom and my dad and my team and my upline, and they quit. What if I told you I lost 9 legs of business? Top legs of business. That was giving me 40, 50, 100,000 in volume. I lost 9 legs of business in 1 month. In 1 month. But guess what? That ain't stopped me. You understand? Because at the end of the day, I know my A, my B's, my C's, my D's, and my E's. And I will not fail. I will not fail my children. I will not fail the world. I will not fail the people that are counting on me. I will not fail the haters that want to see me fail. See, I do a lot for the haters. I love the haters. Stand up. Stand up, Megan. Stand up, Elizabeth. Stand up, Antoinette, in the bed. How you in the bed with all this fire going on right here? I want y'all to drop some fire if y'all feel the vibes right now. I want you to drop some fire if you feel the vibes right now. I want you to drop some fire if you feel the vibes right now. How dare you fail? How dare you give up? How dare you get disenchanted? How dare you get mad? How dare you get tired? How dare you get weary and well doing? How dare you? You got your children that's counting on you. You got your children that are counting on you. You got a world of people that's counting on you to make something of yourself. I want you standing right now. I want you standing right now. And I want you to hold your hand out like this. I want you to hold your hand out like this. Come on. I want you standing right now. Stand up right now. I want you to say, I am the head and not the tail. 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 I am above and not beneath. I am above and not beneath. I am the lender and not the borrower. I am the lender and not the borrower. I am loved by God. I am chosen by God. I am protected by God. No weapon formed against me shall be able to prosper. No weapon formed against me shall be able to prosper. No weapon, no weapon, no hater, no naysayer, nobody who doubts me will be able to prosper. And every tongue that rise up against me in judgment shall be condemned. I want you to make up in your mind today that the rest of your days shall be the best of your days. I want you to say to yourself right now, I want you to put your hand on your heart. I want you to feel your heartbeat. See, this weekend, Marina Worry brought y'all a free event. She should have charged y'all for this. I told her back there, I said, you should have charged them for this, because if they don't pay attention. I got goosebumps right now. She should have charged y'all for this, because that's the problem. It should be millions of people tuned in right now to hear from women that come from humble beginnings. But no, you know why? You know why? Because it was free. And that's the problem. We got to learn to sacrifice. We got to learn to do more than what we're paid for so that we can get paid for more than what we do. We got to learn that if it's meant to be, it's up to me. You can't depend on nobody to do what you're supposed to do for your very self. You cannot depend on nobody to do what you're supposed to do for your very self. I want you standing right now. I want you standing right now. And I want you to close your eyes right now. I want you to close your eyes right now. I want you to look at your children in your eyes with your eyes closed right now. I want you to see those kids. I want you to see those kids. I want you to see those kids that's counting on you. Close your eyes right now. Those kids need you to win for them. Those kids need you to be the example for them. Your daughter needs to see how mama win. Your daughter needs to see you win. Your son needs to know that you can do it. You got to do it. Your team needs you to be the example. They need you to put into action everything you learned this weekend. They need you to stop making excuses. Your company needs you to be a new story. They need new stories. We need new stories in the industry of network marketing. I need you, Dorothy. We need you, Amy. We need you, Kevin. We need you, Christy. We need you, Katrina. We need you, Candace. We need you, Lori. Sharon. We need you, Angela. Stephanie, we need you. We need you to win. I want you to say right now that I am the ambassador of my bloodline. I was sent to break generational curses. Now I am the ambassador of my bloodline. I was sent to break generational curses. Just say it with me, please. Say it with me now. I am the ambassador of my bloodline. I was sent to break generational curses. That's who I am. Say your name. Now say your name. Stormy Nicole Wellington. I am the ambassador of my bloodline. I was sent to break generational curses. That's who I am. The truth is, say it right now. The truth is, I am a multimillionaire. I am a multimillionaire. Say it, believe it. Say it right now. I am a multimillionaire. I am a multimillionaire. I am a multimillionaire. I am a multimillionaire. Time just hasn't caught up yet. My name is Stormy Wellington, also known as Coach Stormy. I pray that you take action right now. I pray that you do not let Marina and Eric Worre's money go to waste. I pray that you prove to the world that we are in the greatest profession in the world. Now stand up. We are in network marketing, and you now are the most powerful woman in network marketing.